So if you want to know whether you have an ignition coil that's faulty or if it's still working good, you don't need to scan it or any of the above. It's a really simple procedure. All you have to do, I'm going to show you here. So each one of these is an ignition coil. It doesn't really matter what the engine is. Most of all the newer engines have ignition coils on each spark plug. So to know if your ignition coil is producing spark or not, just unplug one at a time. You'll hear a difference in the engine. Hear that difference? Well, that means that ignition coil and that spark plug are working fine. See this one here. You hear the difference it's making? The engine's even shaking. So that's working fine. Now if you go through all your ignition coils and you find one of them, when you unplug it, it's not making any difference of a sound, and that mist isn't correcting itself, that's the coil or spark plug that's going to be faulty. So now the next step you could take, or at least I take, is I exchange ignition coils and do the same procedure. And if the same thing happens, well then I know my spark plug went faulty. If the same thing don't happen, well then I know that the ignition coil is faulty. And then you simply replace the ignition coil or the spark plug. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not.